Welcome to week 8 of Manifest Weight Loss Podcast. This week, we're looking at chakras. So, because we are focusing on manifesting and using metaphysical principles, we cannot skip chakras because they play such an integral part of our energy and how we are communicating not only with ourselves, but the world. So, how today's episode is going to go is I'll share a little bit about what chakras are, and we're going to just dive into each of the 7 chakras and how each of them, when they're in balance or not in balance, can impact us, and then specifically look at it through the lens of weight loss. So, as you listen today, this is a great opportunity to start to feel your body, feel into each of the chakra areas. And as I start to share that with you, each of them, you can then apply what I'm saying to the chakras so that you can kind of get a sense of where are you right now. Energy is flowing all the time. Situations happen in our lives all the time. And so we are really in an ebb and flow around energy ongoingly throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month, and throughout the year. And so, almost like an ocean, the tide is in and the tide is out. There's a flow and a balance. And so, as we are playing in the world of our lives and the journey, these subtle energies are going to be responding throughout our lives. And so it's a continual relationship that we have with our chakras. And the more we can tune inward and tune into each one, we can really get to see almost like newly how our how we are responding to the life journey that we're living. So we're taking on weight loss. Um, we all have pasts and situations, and then we're taking on something new. We are now playing a real part into intentionally manifesting our lives. Having the opportunity to check into our chakras, feel where we're at, is such a great piece of the puzzle in terms of how are we doing and what can I do to make a difference in this moment, particularly when we're feeling stuck or stopped or challenged in any way. Tuning into our chakras can be a great insight into what do I need right now? What would really help me in this moment to have me work through this moment? And ultimately, because we want to be empowered, we want to be inspired, we want to really get through difficult moments and moments where we're stuck and stop. We don't want to stop. That's inside of us naturally. And so chakras are a really great place to go to in those moments to find power, love, whatever it is we're missing in the moment that we can then take on, which will really add value in those moments and ultimately have those moments disappear, and then we're right back to being empowered again, and we're back on our journey. So okay, so let's get started. So first I'll start with what are chakras? What are we talking about today? So if chakras is a new word for you, um, then I guess I'm going to be the one introducing it. But for a lot of people, you've probably heard the word chakra. So this really isn't the deep dive into chakras, but this is a introduction to it, and a great like first overview. And if this inspires you and piques your interest, you can spend days on the internet learning about chakras and all the amazing components of each one. But essentially, chakra is a word, it's a Sanskrit word that means wheel or disc. And essentially, it's thought that the chakras are a spinning wheel of energy in our body. And the 7 chakras that we're going to look at today start at the base of your spine and go up to the crown of your head. So I'm going to go through each one, and this is where you can sit and feel each one out. And before I go into each one, though, I just want to maybe do one more thing about the overview of chakras. So if we look at energy flow, the energy flows through us and through these chakras. So if you look at it like each one is a wheel and it's spinning, if it that one chakra is imbalanced or overbalanced, like it's not in balance, so it's imbalanced, either too slow or too fast kind of vibe, then it will have an impact. That chakra will be impact. Therefore, the flow through that chakra will be impacted. So the ultimate goal is that each of our chakras is in balance and the flow flows through us. So life force flows through us and we are at our optimal. We are in that state the most connected. We will feel alive. We will feel vitality. We will feel the sense of that we're thriving and that we're connected to um, that all-encompassing energy all around us, universe, source, God, whatever you want to call it. Like there will be an opening and a and a real sense of balance and oneness. And that state can be it is not can be it is really a space of pure aliveness, joy, enlightenment, as many would say, and not to be confused with pure enlightenment moments, but this is where we are optimal, we are full. So keeping that in mind is like, why do we care about chakras is that when we are in balance, we really truly feel like home. We feel like we are who we truly are. We are love, we are light, we are compassion, we are just lit up and like and fearless and just totally ready for anything. That's the state. So I could go on, but I think you get the point. It is an optimal state, and we are human beings and we are living in a dualistic universe, and things happened, and we on our journey will have things happen, and oftentimes we are not in balance, and it is just it's the journey we're on as being human, and we tuning into the chakras can help us open up spaces so that and get our balance in the chakras so that we can return to home, connect to our inner self and be who we are, our highest self. Okay. So with that in mind, let's go through the chakras one by one and applying weight loss. And so here you are today listening, and I'd love it if you were able to sit with as I speak, and you can tune into each one. But if that's not the case, no problem. You can always come back. But let's start at the root chakra. Um, so the root chakra is located at the base of the spine. So almost like think of your tailbone, kind of that area there. And oh, and each chakra has a color associated to it. So, and an element associated with it. And the vibration at which the root chakra is it's the sense, it's the base. So think of it like a tree, it's the root. It is focused on survival, stability, and grounding. So tuning into your root chakra, if you're feeling like you're grounded, secure, safe, then that would be a sense that your root chakra is in balance, not to be confused with imbalance, which I will be referring to. So I have to be really clear with my enunciation. So when we are in a state of balance, we feel safe, secure, and grounded. And now imagine on your weight loss journey, if you are not feeling safe in your environment and you're not feeling grounded, then that means we're in survival mode, which would be a stress response. We would be having stress responses in our lives because we're not feeling safe. So it could be more difficult to try and take on weight loss when we're not even feeling safe right now. And so if we are in a state of survival, we now have to manage our safety before we can really take on fully and being our optimal self. Now, if you're not feeling safe, does that mean you can't have a weight loss journey? Absolutely not. But it just means that we are now dealing with more. And so it's just something to tune into as to if we can find a safe place, feel safe, feel secure, feel grounded, then our root chakra is imbalanced and that energy can flow through us more optimally. And that can assist with our weight loss journey for sure. So an overactive root chakra, we would tend to see greed, excessive materialism, aggressiveness. So if those components are showing up, then the root chakra is overactive, and an underactive root chakra would be feeling insecure, fear, and instability. So there's a pendulum swing. Where does your root chakra fit right now in this moment? And so that's a place to tune into. Next chakra is goes up a bit, and it's basically a little bit below the belly button, and that is our sacral chakra. So for women, this is the womb area. You can feel it, you can sense it. This is where we birth life. This is where a baby grows. So metaphorically, you can see that the sacral chakra is a place for creativity. Like actually literally creating life happens there. So creative expression, creativity, sexuality, um, joyful living. It's a sense of just newness, like creative, new, and birthing new ideas, that type of state. So that's a balanced state of our sacral chakra. So that feeling of like, oh, I just want to paint or draw or, dream and imagine, these are all because our sacral chakra is imbalanced. We are able to actually do those things. On the pendulum swing of the sacral chakra, you have an overactive sacral chakra. So that could be overindulgence, addiction lives here, emotional instability, emotional eating. So that's an overactive. Underactive, lack of creativity, sexual dysfunction, emotional numbness. So this is especially with weight loss, emotional eating. That this might be a place where we want to send some love to that chakra if we're having that sense of emotional eating or numbness when eating food, things like that. And that's our sacral chakra. So it's the color for that is orange. So sometimes with the colors, we will talk about actually wearing that color or having that implemented into our home when we are decorating. If there's a certain chakra we want to harness, we can add that color. Moving on up is our solar plexus chakra. So it's our upper abdomen. Its color is yellow. And this is where our power, our self-esteem, and will, confidence is all held here. So when you think about, you're starting something new and you just want to like get it and you want that, you have that willpower. You can almost like, you can feel it in your gut. Like it's that sense. So that's where our solar plexus is. That's where the seat of our power is held here. And so on the pendulum swing of overactive, you would see dominance, control issues, arrogance, and then on the other side, low self-esteem, lack of willpower, and passivity. So again, just checking into that area or checking into your life in general and just seeing like kind of how have you been acting, what's been showing up, how have you been responding to situations. Are you feeling, um, not self-confident? Then the solar plexus might be a place where we want to put some love and attention to get some balance there. All right. So those first three are considered more of the lower chakras. Lower doesn't mean less than or anything, but they're basically the three that have to do with survival. And so if we're feeling like we're not thriving, there could be an imbalance in one of those three areas. And just even acknowledging that, yes, I'm feeling low self-esteem and I'm not really, I'm trying to find my way. I'm trying to get the oomph to do something, to actually get going. That might be that lower chakras just need some love. And okay, so the next chakras are towards so we'll start with the heart chakra, sorry. So the heart chakra obviously is in the chest, center of the chest, and the color is green. And it has to do with love, compassion, connection. And the heart chakra, I want to say, is almost even more important. Not that any one is more important, but leading with our heart is a if when in doubt you need to put your energy somewhere kind of thing, the heart probably would be the best one because it is where we connect to others, where we connect within ourselves. There's just a power of the heart chakra that is so powerful in that it can really create healing, trickling down effect to all the other chakras. So, not that it's better, but it is special. And that's why there's so many songs written about love and heart. And because it is, if we can lead with our heart and give ourselves our energy in our heart, we are, it's amplified in so many different ways. So it's associated with green, focuses on love, compassion, and connection. And if we're overactive in our heart chakra, we'll feel a sense of jealousy, codependency, excessive self-sacrifice. So really giving ourselves away, and not thinking about ourselves. Underactive, loneliness, isolation, bitterness, and a balanced chakra. We would feel that love for self, love for others, compassion, and an emotional balance. So that's our wonderful heart chakra. Next up is our throat chakra, located in the throat, and the color is blue. And look at me wearing blue. So communication, expression, and truth would be a balanced chakra. And we would be clearly communicating, truthful expression, and active listening. So really that's reciprocal space that we provide where full communication can be heard and heard and spoken. Overactive throat chakra would be talking too much, gossiping, inability to listen, and then underactive fear of speaking, shyness, and really inability to express your thoughts. So that's the throat chakra. Third eye is located in the, excuse me, the forehead between the eyes, and that is our intuition, wisdom, and perception. So now we're starting to move our way up through. So as the chakras are balanced and our third eye is open, we now are starting to connect first internally, but also now starting to connect with more than us out there. So the non-physical realm, the universe, source, God, that space of our third eye is our direct connection to intuition, to connecting to the ether and all the wisdom that it's providing for us, guiding us through what we're creating, and we're leaning in and we're getting hunches. So our third eye is our source to that connection. So if our third eye is open, we will have intuitive insights, clarity in thought, and a spiritual awareness. We'll have a knowing, a sense of that there's more out there. There's more to this. And I can feel it and I know it. And that's our third eye. When we can open our third eye, we can then be really connected to the more than just us aspect of life, which is a beautiful place to come from when we are on our journey in life, let alone just weight loss. But feeling that sense of a co-creation, that there's more than just us alone on this journey, that there is a force that is working with us, for us, guiding us along the way, showing us the path. When we're open, we can hear it and listen and feel it. That's our third eye. So now we're starting to get somewhere. When our third eye is open, we feel it. We feel that sense of like this knowing and that we're really are connected to something bigger. If we're underactive, we will not have that feeling. So a lack of intuition, poor imagination, almost a denial. So third eye is not open. If our third eye is too open, difficulty concentrating, nightmares, delusions, but also like an airy fairy, like kind of wistful through, not connected to anything anywhere, that kind of feeling too. So, and just there's no wrong. It's just like these are the full expressions of being human, and they show up in many ways. And so as we start to identify how we're showing up, we can start to attune ourselves to where ultimately we want to be and a sense that balance. So and then finally is our crown chakra. So locating at the top of the head, this is the color of violet or white, a lot of times associated with white. And it really is our spiritual connection, our true spiritual connection, enlightenment, unity, oneness with all of this. A balanced state of our crown chakra is that we're connected with the divine. We have a sense of oneness and true that there's a spiritual, we are embracing full spiritual enlightenment and spiritual essence, that we are spirit having a human experience. So a spirit in our body. If our body's gone, our spirit remains. So as we, just as an example, as we meditate, if we can get to a place where we're not even feeling our body, we are not connected to any thought or emotion, there's just this space of nothingness that's possible where we are just being. And we're not, so if we're not connected to our body or our thoughts or our emotions, then what's remaining? Well, that's our spirit. That is who we really are, is our spirit, spiritual self. And so our crown chakra can be that access to that space, this beautiful, beautiful space. Can you imagine not having to worry about thoughts or feelings for a moment, and not even our body, and just what is there is our true essence? That space that we can get to reminds us that we are then we are the oneness to all of this. We experience that anything is truly possible, because in that moment we're not confined by our circumstances. We are open to anything is possible. And that space that we get to, this, it's like a still point where we are just truly being. We then can get to a place where we can see, wow, like, oh my gosh, anything is possible. And so that's the crown chakra in a total balance and alignment. And so as I've gone through each chakra, we can then see on our journey through weight loss that as we take on our vision and we have what it is we want to create, and we are taking actions every day. And I share that some days things come up where maybe, here's an example where we um, we go, let's say, for dinner at somebody's house, and but we also have a commitment to ourselves that we are, eating healthy foods, and we have this grand vision, and then we get to this party, and now all of a sudden there's all these temptations. And so where we can use chakras in these moments. So when I say the word temptations, that's what that means to me as I say it, is that there's a part of me that wants it, and a part of me that is like, oh, I don't want it because I'm up to something. And so when I can attune myself to chakras and start to feel that pull towards like, oh man, I really want something. If I'm noticing that the pull is getting stronger and stronger, I can take a moment and add some love and connection to the chakra that I feel is tempting me right now, if that makes sense. So as I'm speaking, I'm getting a pull myself to my sacral chakra. That's the area of addiction, emotional instability, because I'm an emotional eater. I know that. I've identified it. And it's something that I manage it because I just know that if I'm feeling stressed, that can be an area where I go numb and I then want to eat. And I know that about myself. I've discovered it, I've learned it, and so I add active love and attention to my sacral chakra where it's like I can then put that love in there, energy in there, and then also add some energy to my sacral chakra, for example, or sorry, my solar plexus, because that's where my will and my personal power exists. And it's like, there's my places where it's like, I got this. And why? Because I'm connected and I'm up to something. And so that's just an example of how I can tune in and balance my chakra either in the moment or create a practice where I focus on the chakras and tune in and almost like a tune up. So there are on the Junctions YouTube page, if you want to find them, I do have a playlist where I have created 5-minute meditations for each of the specific chakras. And inside the meditation, you can be with the particular chakra that you would like to send some energy towards. And it cultivates that space of adding balance and just tuning in and balancing that chakra. There's also one other meditation I created. It's about 6.5 minutes long, and it's a full body meditation. That one came to me in a vision, and it was this beautiful full body meditation where the energy goes through our crown chakra, then our third eye and our throat chakra, and it goes all the way down and cleanses and balances each and every one so that and allows the flow through our legs and our arms just to be able to create this real connection and balance not only internally but also ready and willing to receive, give, accept, and really take inspired action. So it's a beautiful meditation for tuning into our chakras. The more we tune in, the more we can get to know ourselves more and really feel how we are responding in life. And the goal is to find our power, be inspired, and really see that life is to be lived in a thriving environment. And so, as you work through each chakra, tune into each chakra, we really can create that beautiful relationship that we have to our body and the relationship to spirit, and then ultimately outside of us into our life in general. So lastly, so chakras, as I shared, they each have a color. There's so much more to each chakra as you dive into the world of them, if it's your interest. They they attune to different sounds. So there's sounds for every chakra. There's crystals that are associated with certain chakras. So it really has to do with energy systems. And so as you tune into each one, you start to feel the energy of each one. And then throughout your day, as you start to live your life, you'll feel it. You'll feel if you're in your head, you want to sink into your heart. Um, if you want some self-love and self-care, you can almost feel it in your lower and your sacral. So as you work through your weight loss journey, you're this is an amazing tool to be able to add it to your toolbox, as we say. And when we're stuck in a moment where we're feeling challenged in any way, the question is what chakra can I add love to? And then finally, there are many healing modalities that are out there that exist, that people's gift in life is to heal others, provide love and light to others through the beautiful gift of sending energy to people. So Reiki is a great example of energy systems where one person can send energy to another person and fill them with the energy they need, particularly to certain chakras. So imagine laying on a what's it called, massage chair, and closing your eyes, and I would be able to put my hand over you and be able to feel the energy of each chakra. And as a healer, I can then attune myself and feel, what are your chakra energies feeling? Are they really spinning or not? And I can then send energy through me to you to add energy, healing energy to these areas. So when I start talking about that, now we start to see how the energy is all around us. It's everywhere. It's like we're fish in water. We don't even know the water's there. The energy is all around us. It works through us. And so when we put an intention on energy, that intention is like a laser beam. When I say I am healing you, I am putting healing energy to your energy body, and then your body can choose to accept it or not. So there's always permission-based energy. So if you're someone who is not interested in that, then there would be a sense of no, thank you, and the energy would not go. So there's no way someone could provide harm to another. It is all a beautiful relationship and a reciprocal nature of request. May I do this healing? Accept. Yes, you may. And all the energy that is sent is in love and light for healing purposes. And it then can work its way to where your body needs it most. So I can send it to the heart chakra, and also your whole entire energetic system is receiving the love and light and is using it as it needs. So it's a really beautiful synergistic process that healing modalities offer. And you can see now the openness, the open to receive, is really the gate. And lastly, we all have free will, and therefore no harm can be done to another. Even if someone wanted to, it doesn't work that way. So I can appreciate that there's fear that comes up for some people. It's like, wait, you're gonna attack my body, but it doesn't work like that way. And there's many other courses and conversations we can have around what happens when the energy is not a positive energy, and how does that work, but not for today. So just know that we have a gate system, consciously and subconsciously. And so we know what we're up to. We know that we are accepting love and light. And so that energy then, as it comes towards us, can work its healing magic. And now overarching, just to kind of recap, you can see that when we are tuning ourselves to these subtle energy bodies, that we can direct energy. So through imagination. So if I ask you to close your eyes and imagine a white light from the ether, from the universe, and having it come through you. So through your crown chakra, down into your third eye, into your throat chakra, clearing, cleansing, that just the vision alone or the audible alone is doing the work, is doing the work. So Our hands are magic. So in terms of, if you've ever noticed that you're got a headache, for example, and you notice how your hand just wants to like go on the area and like, it just wants like, oh, I got a headache. Like you go like this. That's our hands helping our energy. Oh, I have a stomach ache, and you kind of like put your arms on there and you hold it. That's our body sending energy to the areas. So, you rub your shoulders. Oh man, I got a kink in my neck. That's our energy. We're providing healing energy. Naturally, we tend to that. If we see someone hurt, you want to like go to them, and immediately our hands go and we want to like help that area. That's what's happening. It's that subtle energy body is working its magic, because that's what we are attuned to. So okay, so that's chakras in a nutshell. So, yeah, just to recap, so we have our 7 chakras, and each one plays a vital role in our lives. It is our sender receiver of where we're at, and the more we tune inward to each one, the more information we can get with where are we at, what do we need, what do I need in this moment. And that's priceless when it comes to weight loss, because it's a complex system of releasing weight, especially if we're looking for the why, the why underneath our weight loss journey. Like, what had me get where I am, and how can I release it so that that doesn't happen again? How can I create a lasting change on my journey so that when I release the weight, we are now fully integrating a beautiful, healthy process that we can sustain. We can sustain it for the rest of our lives, because we are feeling whole, complete, and perfect. And that's the goal. So chakras can play a vital role in uncovering what it is we truly are seeking and needing, getting that balance so that we can really be whole, complete, and perfect. So with that, have an amazing week, and tune in next week for week 9. Have a great day. Hey, it's Kelsey from The Junction. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like and subscribe, and share it with anyone you think this could be of value to. Also, if you're looking for more accountability and structure around your weight loss, and you're enjoying how the metaphysics can really work in your life, I've created a 12-week weight loss course designed for you. It has daily check-ins, daily lessons, questions, and prompts for you to really immerse yourself in the content and have lasting results. Go to junction.today/weight loss to find out more.